Hello and welcome, our viewers, into another episode of your show Timeless Journey, where we take you on an extraordinary experience with our beloved guests and their remarkable feats that they are experienced with. In today's episode, it will be with Fatima Almosa, and she will help us in regard the designing and how important it is in every aspect. And of course, this is actually not the first time she would be with us, because the episode was very lovely and very extraordinary, uh, as it is. Now we need more and more from this experience, because actually we didn't finish even all of the question that we had. So Fatima Musa, thank you and welcome back.
Thank you for having me for the second time.
Yeah.
It was my pleasure.
The pleasure is ours. And of course, we had you from before.
Yes.
We talked about many aspects in regard the design and how important it is. And from the most common mistakes that a lot of people been actually doing, and surprisingly, it was even more than we ever know, which is on regard these mistakes. But of course, now we will be, revisiting the recent aspects that we visited from before, which is the mistakes in project planning and executions, where a lot of people think it's not important, but we know that it is important to have a clear plan before starting construction project. But how much and important is that?
It's for me, I think it's crucial for you to have planning in each and every aspect. The plan, doesn't mean just a 3D design. Planning, the AC needs planning, the construction needs planning, the structure needs planning, everything needs planning. And the important thing about it, this will save money in each and every way, whether it's time and materials for the client itself as well. So the design is very important, not to waste your time and your money. It's as simple as that.
How common it is that people will be having this mistake, that they start a project with not proper planning?
Well, it has to do with the coordination, because some things have phases. When you're doing, for example, the concrete construction structure, if you do not have from the beginning those planning, for example, the plumbing, the electrical plans, then you will not know where to put and how to install.
Which is which is the concrete and everything else, because it will be misbuilt in a
Exactly.
way. Is it common
It's
to have this?
unfortunately, lately they've been knowing the importance of the design and the plan, but still, there are still a lot are not convinced that they have to plan everything previously, that they should know where to put everything. And there is a lot of unfortunate situations that a lot of buildings, they don't continue, they stop, the client does not have enough money to finish his home because they don't have proper planning from the beginning.
And after that, they will be actually under the bankruptcies, because
Either
they won't be able.
exactly, either they have to demolish everything, or it will cost him really a lot to redo and fix all those mistakes.
Even before from then it should be costing. And other than that, I think proper planning will be, in a way, actually saving some money, I think.
You save a lot of money. For example, once you move in, let's say if it was a residential, if you're living in an apartment, that's when you're paying rent. The longer the time of finishing your home, the more you're paying rent.
Yes,
That's
and
one thing.
rent won't cheap.
That's one thing. Another aspect, once everything costs materials, once you need to fix it, that means there will be waste, there will be breakage, and that's another way of losing your money. So that's very important,
It
to
is.
have a plan. Another thing I've noticed, a lot of people, for example, like I said, the plumbing, for example, the piping. I've seen a lot of plans that they're putting the toilets in the middle of the house. The flush needs, and it's the better position for it in an external walls. That's why the bathrooms has to be and not centered in the house. Otherwise, you will have corners, and the flow will not be proper, whether it's for the water or the drainage as well.
One of my friends, actually, they have a house and they evacuated the house since I think 6 years because they couldn't live at it and because of the plumbing. Uh, they had a few toilets. I think it's because of that. Because, and correct me if I was wrong. Uh, they had the damages on the pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the toilet pipes. So it's actually ruined the house with the smell and everything. And other than that, it's even ruined the decoration. It
Yes.
started leaking. And that's really unfortunate. So I asked him, why is it at the center of the house? Because I think the pipes actually going from them through the center of the house. And from your words, I think, and I just realized that this is why it's on the corner or like in the uh,
External walls.
external walls. So not only because of the ventilation, I thought it's always because of the ventilation, but actually
No.
no, it's because of the plumbing, and so it can be safer for everyone inside the house and even for the decoration, everything.
Exactly. And if you don't have plans for example, the plumbing, like previously they didn't used to have a proper plans for the plumbing. And things like this, when they occur, they don't know where to break. So the only thing is for them to leave the house and totally just, break the walls and everything until they reach the point of the issue, the point of the problem. And if they don't have financials to do so, then, like I said, they're going to have to either sell the home, and it's going to be really costly for them.
Fatma, you are an architect.
No, I'm a designer.
You're a designer. So this is actually the most important question because I need a designer to give me their experience on that. What happened to you if one of your clients came to you and asked for a certain design, okay, and they didn't have the proper planning with it? And you know that it will have the same problem. They will go in bankruptcy because they are under budget and they will have a certain problems, but they won't listen to you. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I don't work by myself. When it comes to the contractor part, I have a civil engineer. And we're
Okay.
a team that we work. Each person takes a specific on their field. I don't
Okay.
exceed mine, and he doesn't exceed his.
So you don't go through these problems.
I don't go through these
Alhamdulillah.
problems.
But you
And
go with the stubborn
I do
clients.
have stubborn clients.
Yeah.
Like I said in the previous episode, I did tell you, I try as much as I can to try to convince them that, a lot of people, your home is your castle. That's correct, but doesn't mean that it has to cost you like a castle. Everybody has to know their budget. Everybody has to understand their needs and accordingly work with it. Otherwise, I will providing you with a design that it will only stay on paper. And this is bad for me because I'd like to see my designs and my creation come in reality and becomes things that we can see and touch. And I find the pleasure of seeing my client enjoying it. But if they're really, really stubborn, and I do have a lot, they're telling me, I don't care. Make me the design and I'll see whatever we'll have it later on.
Yeah.
And well, I can only advise them. I cannot force them.
Soon, inshallah, I will be building my house, and what I want is actually, you know, what I love and what I want is the new modern houses that has good decorations, like marbles from the outside, white and black. The recent good one. I don't care about using spaces like all of the house be built like a cube. The recent houses,
Yes.
unfortunately, and all of them like the same shape, but different, a little bit designing or like decoration. No, actually, I don't want that. Balconies. I want gardens. Like, I don't care if my living room was like 3, 5, 6 meters. I want it to look good.
Well, let me advise you about that.
Yeah.
First of all, there is a reason why a lot of homes, they look like a cube.
Yeah.
Because once you go in circles, anything that has curves and circles, that costs almost double.
Really?
Yes, it costs more because usually things come, let's say a brick. Is it half a circle or is it?
No.
It's straight lines.
So I will be.
Metal is the same, walls are the same, and sometimes we can. If it's a semicircle, you have to do it concrete structure instead of just building it with walls with bricks, and that costs a lot more. The more you're creative, the more it costs because you're doing something that is customized and it costs more. That's one thing.
Well, I don't care.
Another
I'll be
thing,
living that for my life.
which is good. But what if you have a big family? Once you have curves
Well,
and
some
you
of them
have
need to pay
different.
rent also, Let them go outside. If I have like a grown son or something.
Yeah, like the American style, charge your kids for staying at your home.
Maybe, you know. I think my son Talal will hate me a few years ago. After a few years, I mean, yeah.
Well, like I said, some they have big family,
Yeah.
a lot members of the family, and they're living with them. Therefore, once you go into irregular shapes, it will take more space, and it's very difficult to furnish it, like the beds and the cabinets. So you can't really use up the space. This is why they have to go into straight lines, like the cube that we
So
talked
this is
about.
what you recommend, which is the traditional one that's a lot of houses been
I
following.
don't recommend. I recommend based on your needs, based on your, like I said, needs.
What I want, I would bring a designer. I tell him, this is the things like, you know, the idea that I want, the new modern houses. Just surprise me. This is actually what I want.
It's going to be difficult. Like, but let me tell you, if somebody who's
I
starting
won't be
new,
like interfering with that because.
you should have your touches, because the sky is the limit when it comes to our field.
So you advise me to like, and you advise your clients to, you should have your own vision or
you
touches?
have to have something that you like, because I
Okay.
can give you what you like. It's like going to a restaurant and say,
Okay.
I'm hungry. Okay, would you like fish, chicken? What type of food? Dessert, a snack? What is it that you want? Then they can recommend something. Once you're this is for everyone. If you're going to a designer or an architect that you want to build your home, first of all, you have to tell them, I have so and so numbers of kids, and I want them in the future either to live with me or not live with me, because accordingly they can design. You have to have a futuristic plan in your head of how you will use the house.
No, they won't live outside. I'm paying rent, they won't.
Well, okay.
I was kidding like 2 minutes ago. Yeah.
These things you have to tell the clients. You have to tell, I mean, your architect or your designer, you have to tell them your dislikes. I don't like this color. I don't like this thing. I don't like this, that, and I prefer so and so. Then let him use his imagination. But you have to give the lines that he can work around.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, exactly. Because I hate the color yellow. I don't know why I hate it.
It's actually scientifically proven that it's irritating.
Irritating, right?
Yes.
And can you imagine that there is a house near to my house? It's actually one of my neighbors, and all of it in yellow. Like, it's like I'm seeing the reflective of the sun and the noon, and it's hitting my eyes when I see it. Like, every time I say, like, my eyes, I mean, it's hitting me. I mean, and I would ask him, like, I mean, I would love to tell him, like, I would pay, just please change the color. It's hurting my eyes. I opened the window, I go, ugh, and then I close it one more time.
Would you prefer it like a lilac purple?
Well, like anything, yeah, anything else, anything else, even if it was pink, it's okay. Even I think it's going to be good. Like, if there's rain, it will wash out the pink. Like, it wash the colors, and it will be good. So that goes with the choosing materials and managing the cost. What are the main criteria for selecting the right materials, you know, with a good budget?
A good budget is working with your budget. What is a good budget? Are you minimal, medium, or high? If you have a good budget, why not go with the more luxurious material? But if you have a small budget, that's mean no, you have to go to the basics. You have to research before. Even bricks, there are 3 major companies, which I cannot say the name, but once they research, they have to know. And these, even though there are 3 Kuwaiti companies that provide bricks, for example, and each one is a specific quality, and one is better than the other.
And all of that, actually, I think the budget controls everything.
The budget controls everything.
What's the point? You won't get things for free.
Nothing is for free.
Yeah, and
you get what you pay for.
Yes, and even the support for the governmental materials won't be as the same from before, because I think it's a little bit less on the support. So, well, it will be a little
actually,
bit difficult.
it's getting better. But
really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
lucky me.
But the prices are getting higher, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is actually.
It's parallel.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Better quality with higher prices. Yeah. Actually, what has been recommended for a lot of people that I know, that if you just got, because you know all of Kuwait is like, how do we get the houses? I mean, you wait in line after you get married, and there is like, and after that they will tell you, like, okay, you will be from this group, like on this residential area, and now you will be in line on this, but you know you'll be get the the willing to build, or like the authorization for building, like after 5 years, and after that they will start, you know, saving some money for that. And I think that we should be advising a lot of people, well, if you are imagining something like me, I want to build something really fancy, well, I should be saving from now.
Well, like I said, planning, which is the right thing to do.
So
If
it's
you
good if I plan from now.
absolutely, and I think you're kind of late.
Really?
Yes.
Well, my wife tell me
You
that
should-
I'm dreaming. Oh, you plan from now.
Because
Yeah.
first of all, there are two types, not just the
Yeah.
waiting for the government. If you do have a specific financials that you can buy a land, then you can just get the government support to build. So this is, you're not going to wait on lines.
Yeah.
If you're going to wait for the government, everything is going to be everything's already too expensive. Like I said, if you want your dream home, you have to either be realistic with your dream.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Or work hard to be able to get your dream, or be smart so you don't need to work hard to get into your dreams.
Yeah, and you won't be
Being
too dreamy.
smart, that means you have to drop down from your usual lifestyle, like traveling and clothing and so you can save up the money.
Okay.
In case that you want to build your dream home. Or like I said, work hard. Some people, they have double shifts and working really hard day and night, so they don't drop from their lifestyle. However, they still have money for saving.
Yeah.
Or the third one, if you don't want to do both, then you just have to be more realistic with your dreams.
Exactly.
But you definitely have to plan everything, including your budget.
Exactly. Well, there's my brother's actually building in Al-Matla.
Oh,
and he's still building. He had a bigger problem. You know, for me, I would go to a company and I would tell them this is the design that I want. After going with a designer, with an architect and a designers, the company will be providing their own architect, and they will, you know, they will only give you the key. Like, you tell them what they want, and you will be waiting, and they will actually closing the construction area, and they will be building. You know how it goes.
Key turnover option.
Yes.
This is one of the options. You don't have to do that way.
Yeah, and there is also another way where you hire constructors and hire an architect, and, you know, bring them like from any corner at street light, and there's a lot of people doing. My brother did, I don't know what he did exactly, but he didn't go to a private company, and he had a little bit of situation that he did actually one of the hugest mistakes through the constructing, and now he'd be costing himself way so much than he thought, because I think that there's circles and some semi-circles he didn't make his mind with, and now he's actually out of money, and he's waiting still for the he's waiting for certain things so he can continue, but he's under the budget. I told him, why you did that? He said, well, I was planning for something, but the budget didn't go through with that. Okay.
Let him contact me. I do give free consultations sometimes. It depends on the customer.
Okay.
So no problem. Without him worrying, me and my civil engineer will sit, and I do provide this service as much as I can, because, you know, time is money. But in cases like this, at the end, once you're here in Kuwait, you know how we are. Everybody is a family. And like I told, I look at my clients as my family. So what I do not want it to myself, I do not want it to others. And since I do have this knowledge and I might be able to help, I try as much as I can to provide this service. Okay. I do study and I do check their plans and see if there's anything we can do and anything we can help them out with.
Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for having that. And mashallah, your remarkable work and extraordinary one be actually sitting internationally in an amazing way. So I wanted to ask you, how can constructors avoid being overcharged by suppliers?
Like I said, it comes with experience and asking the right people with the right questions.
What if I didn't know that? Who can maybe tell me?
Like I said, you have to ask around. You have to, for example, make a plan. Like if he does have a plan and he does have a design, for example, let him wait. I have a lot of customers that they do come to me even before getting the approval.
Yeah.
Once they do have the land, and they already come to me,
Yeah.
and they do their design, they do their plan. They're willing to pay this 1,000 or 2,000 KD for a plan with the design that they will build after 5-6 years. This will help them. You know what?
Yeah.
For a lot of people, oh, I'm going to waste 1,000 or 2,000 KD now. It's better to waste 1,000 or 2,000 now than spend tens and hundreds of thousands later on.
Yeah.
Because once he does have that, then he can have a proper calculation on each and every single thing. Even if it was after 10 years, the only difference, it will vary about 10% only. For example, according to his calculation, it will cost him 150,000 KD fully done, except the furniture. The only thing that will change within 5 years from now, most likely, it's only going to be 10%.
10%.
At least he knows how much he needs to save. Can he actually go through this design or not? Can he cut cost? Can he cut designs? Because the more elements, the more items in the design, the costly and pricey it is.
Okay. So we heard, before I go to the question, one of the question, really important question here that we have in script, there's a question that I would love to hear about. So you design residential houses, right? Right? Okay. I always hear something that they say, if you are building a house, you won't sleep at night. You will have damage on your colon. You will be having nerves break down. You will be having headaches all the time. Is it true?
Well,
and why?
Okay, it's two things. Once, normally, because everybody who's moving into a house, obviously they are not very comfortable in the places that they are in. This is why they have this hope that they will move into. The combination between the hope and the shortage of cash with the expectations, this will cause them the panic that we're talking about. I do have a lot of clients, they actually literally, I forgot being a designer and a contractor. I start becoming like a social worker, try to,
maybe
talking
therapist.
To the husband, exactly, basically like a therapist, talking to the wife, this is his area, this is his Douanier, don't get into this area, let him, this is also his home, talking to him, this is her home, this is her kingdom. Yeah, because
med consultation. Oh, that's nice. You have experience in that. Okay.
Yeah, because this is their first time. Always the first time, it's more they have more panic, and they have the expectations very high, and the worry is very high. It's like your first child. You raise them the best way that you can. The second one, no, you know what, things will manage. You know what to expect. The third one, it's even easier. Now, for the majority of them, this is the first home.
I think that men should only worry about if you want to have a douanier. Worry about that, and my man cave, which is the basement. There's going to be the gym, the gaming room, the billiard table, my pool. This is what I care about. In the exterior, maybe, like with the consultation, compromising. But for the other side of the house, who's going to manage it? It's a kingdom for whom exactly?
Absolutely.
For my wife.
Yes.
For my wife. So I think that the furniture, well, 100% is going to be hers. Definitely, because I know what she loves.
Most women have better taste, by the way, because they're detailed oriented.
No, it's not. No, don't go there. I have a remarkable taste on that.
I said most. I didn't say all.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Okay, but what's been actually really great in regard that it's her own kingdom, and she's the queen of it. So guys, come on. Compromise.
You want her to be happy.
You only need a gym, and you will be sitting most likely in either your work or like with your friends or like other douaniers. So
I literally had this talk with a client of mine, and I told him, you have other places to go. You have other. They had a lot of kids, and he wanted a douanier, and I told him, a douanier is a man that they meet up, and you can go at 11 at night. You can go 12 at night if you're not comfortable at your home, and you can come back at 1 and put your head on the bed and on the floor and sleep.
Yeah. This is what we're doing, literally.
If a woman, she's not comfortable at her home, where will she go at 11 at night or 12 at night?
Well, that's actually putting, in our tradition, it will be setting a right or wrong image.
Exactly. That's mean you're putting her in a prison. She will feel present in her own home. But a man, if he's not really happy, or let's say he wants to change, his atmosphere, he can just go at night and there's no problem.
Okay.
This is why the woman has to have her touches. However, they have to understand both of them. The lack of knowledge, whether it's from men or women, this is really could be catastrophic.
Yes.
Because if she doesn't understand her husband's budget, if she doesn't understand the cost of things, then she will have that high level of dreams. And the same with him. If he doesn't explain to her and try to get down and let her understand, take her, take her with you. Let her go and see the materials, the pricing of the materials. Let her come to, I have a lot of clients, they are the ones who come and doing the plans. The woman has no say whatsoever in her home. Because,
No,
oh, she wouldn't know. Okay, you need to teach her.
I'm
And then
against that.
complaining about that she has unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
She would have unrealistic expectations because she doesn't know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly. And here, like 90% of them, 99% of the houses that have been built in Kuwait, it will be built by both the budget of the men and women. Like both of them will go to the bank and take a loan. I mean, let's be realistic. This is actually what's happening.
Even if it was just him. Even if it was just him.
Both of them will go to the designers.
I have clients that because I also do furnishing. She have not seen, in Matla and Gharb Abdullah, she even she hasn't been in the location. She doesn't know, she only have seen it on papers. She doesn't know what her room looks like. She doesn't know what her house looks like. She has only seen it on paper.
No, that's actually really wrong. I think that even the kids should have a saying in their own rooms, at least their own rooms.
I do.
How it can be.
I do. And with my clients, when they have kids, I tell them, I don't want your idea. I want the kids to call me because sometimes they have school. Let them tell me what they like. And accordingly, I can do something that is more lasting, but they would feel this home once they ask them, what would you like?
Yes.
And a lot of them are very excited about their homes. I do that with their children, with my clients' children.
Definitely. And also their favorite characters. So Fatima, I think this actually ends the first part of our interview, where tomorrow inshallah will be continuing the other one. So thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. And for your viewers, to see more of this remarkable interview with our designer Fatima Almosa, stay tuned and we will see you for the next time.